don't want to break this. I am not a cosplayer, but I want to get into it. And I don't collect props, even though I have a few. But I'm a youngling when it comes to that. So I'm going to a convention to learn about both. I'm gonna go talk to pro, prop, and costume designers who've worked on the Star Wars movies and TV shows. I'm gonna interview some amazingly talented Star Wars actors and stunt people. And of course, I'm gonna toy hunt. So let's go. I was invited to be a guest at the Great Prop Swap as a social media influencer, and I can't even influence my kids to go to bed at night.
So what is the Great Prop Swap? Well, this is my first time, so we are gonna find that out together.
Let's go.
The Great Prop Swap has a pretty cool origin story. In 2023, it was basically a makeshift yard sale that brought together over 25 vendors from the movie prop, cosplay, and collectible space. It was a get-together to show the latest and greatest of what's hot and also to get major discounts on items. Well, it was such a smash hit with the fans and vendors who showed up, they decided to make it an official event, and the Great Prop Swap was born. And it was all started by this guy, Trooper Bay, aka Mike.
About 2 years ago, I had a little yard sale out in front of my shop, and I made about $600 in 4 hours. And a buddy of mine was doing something similar up in LA, and we kind of decided to get together and do it, and that's when we created the original Prop Swap. Before we knew it, we had 25 vendors and 500 attendees. I mean, the reason why we did it, I still don't know. I mean, it just kind of evolved into what it is. It's really turned into something big. All these people are friends of mine, people I've known over the years, and it's our community. Just everybody having a good time, that's what really that makes it for me, you know? We're all a big family.
The thing I love about coming to events like this is toy hunting.
If it's vintage, I'm all about it. I love replica props as well. I have the Ahsoka lightsabers signed by Ashley and Rosario, but I also have things like the Mandalorian fob tracker and the Death Star plans. So let's take you on a tour of what is here for sale.
Another thing I love about coming to events like this is the celebrity guests and the artists that they have here.
And one of my friends is here. I met her last year at the ICCC, where we both were hosts and MCs.
So I'm with the ever so talented stunt person and actor, Carly King.
Thank you so much.
Who, I'm so jealous of you. You just came back from Lucasfilm in the Acolyte.
Oh my
Acolyte's
God.
out now.
Yep.
And I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What was it like being there with Dave Filoni, with the group of the Acolyte? Can we talk about that?
It's surreal to me, truly surreal. I don't understand how it happened. It still doesn't feel real to me. I'm so grateful. I mean, everyone that I've met at Lucasfilm is it's like a family at this point, where they're so welcoming, they're so nice, and they're there because they love it, they're passionate about it. So it's really cool to meet them and to be able to actually talk to them on a level that's similar. Yeah.
For those who don't know you, you're a very, very talented stunt person. How did you learn that? What did you do to train to learn that?
Yeah, so I've done martial arts my whole life. So I've done bow staff training and sword training, and especially Kali, the Filipino martial art. It's a very Ahsoka style, and it is definitely, you can tell in the show that they pulled a lot from that. So yeah, I pulled from martial arts, and then it translates pretty well to a saber.
I love The Mandalorian. Lilani Shiu has worked on The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett and was actually Tika in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And that Jawa is the first Jawa given a name and a credit in any Star Wars production.
What has it been like working on so many great Star Wars projects?
It's been great. I'm honored to work starting, obviously, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau's universe, starting with Mandalorian. I started with season 1, season 2, then season 3, Book of Boba Fett, and then obviously Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm honored. I'm the first Jawa to be cast credited in the whole Star Wars history as Jawa.
One of my favorite action figures of all time is the 1983 Star Wars Gamorrean Guard, and I got to speak to the actual actor who played the Gamorrean Guard in The Return of the Jedi, Stephen Costantino.
So we used to rehearse at a studio at Billy D. Williams' house with Corey, his son, lived. Corey and I had a band. Corey was a musician, not an actor, but he had stood in for his dad because he looked so much alike. His dad came in that April and had said, do you want to go to Arizona to be in a new Star Wars movie? They didn't have a name yet. And Billy had done Empire already. Billy just said, why don't you bring the guitar, Steven, and come on the set and you guys do the downtime to play music. So I said, that would be great. Howard Kazanjian had taken us out one night and I was invited to go with Corey. I said, could I work tomorrow? I'll work for free. And he said, come in. And the next day I go in, they made me the guard, and they made Corey Latu.
Yeah.
And Billy took some pictures with the mask off. And then at that point, it was put in the archive for years.
Yeah.
So like 15 years ago. And when it surfaced, people said, do you sign autographs? I said, for what? The scene was so quick. We got killed by Luke in one of the most important scenes in film of all time. So I haven't looked back since.
Judah Escalante is an uber-talented costume and prop painter. And with dozens and dozens of movie and TV show credits to his name, the chances are, if you're a fan of it, Judah has worked on it.
What I'll do is I'll get some kind of concept art, right? So there's production designers, for instance, like Doug Chang, he's a production designer. So, and Brian Mateus, so they give us the concept art. And then also there's the costume designer, which the late Shauna Tripsick would give us concept art. We'll take a look at that and then we bring it to life pretty much. But then working from costumes and props, because I did both, in the props department, we just go straight from the concept art and a lot of the stuff is just 3D printed, right? So it's all figured out already, configured, everything ready to go, plug and play once you paint it. But when it comes down to costumes, it's not always going to articulate the same way it is how you read it on a 2D form on a piece of paper. I've been painting since 2006, and it took me a long time to get into the movie industry, right? So, and I didn't give up. I just kept painting and painting and painting. You gotta have a lot of patience, and you gotta perfect your skill set. That's what I always tell people is perfect that skill, because if I perfect that skill, I'm giving it 100%. Versus if I'm gonna sculpt it, mold it, cast it, paint it, I'm not giving 100% in one area.
One of my favorite characters in Star Wars is R2-D2, and arguably it's a lot of people's favorite character. And when the late great Kenny Baker passed away, it was Christine Gayy who stepped in to carry the torch to portray the iconic droid.
When I first got hired as R2-D2, when they asked me to come in to do a fitting, I kid you not, they told me I had to wait on Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni on set because they want to see you trying it on. So I'm like, what is this costume about? So they pulled the sheet, it's R2-D2. Once I got it fitted and on, John was telling me, so can you do like, can you pick it up? Like, because there's a little handle. Like, they want to see the R2-D2 happy dance, you know, that little scene that they like, but just that's John's favorite character. And so I make that happen, and he's like, oh my God, I like this. Like, I like what you did. And later on, he's like, well, Christine, we like you, so welcome to the Book of Boba Fett.
Wow.
So my mind was so blown away. I was like, oh my God, I'm so honored to be part of this journey and also be part of R2-D2 as well, you know, because I'm taking that legacy over Kenny Baker, and then now I'm the first female to puppeteer. So it's just a big honor, you know, just to be part of it.
The other thing that is cool about coming to events like this is all the super talented and artistic, creative ideas that people have when it comes to cosplay. And of course, I couldn't leave empty-handed, and I was looking for something vintage, and this is what I ended up buying.
So up on top, we have a Darth Vader TIE Fighter. which was a commemorative edition. Down below, we have the AT-AT from Return of the Jedi, and this was the one used on Endor, I guess. And yeah, these are plastic models, so you have to have glue and paint to put them together, but they are a lot of fun to build,
What I love most about coming to events like this is getting to hang out with the other fans in the community and learning about new aspects that I had no idea about, like cosplay or props. And if I was to cosplay, what would you want me to be? I did have my eye on this TIE Fighter outfit, so maybe next time, maybe I'll get that. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and what you like to cosplay as, and also what is your favorite props to collect. And thank you to Trooper Bay and the Great Prop Swap for inviting me to this amazing event. I had so much fun, and thank you to all the great Star Wars celebrities and guests and artists who allowed me to interview them. And thanks to my Patreon supporters and my members right here on YouTube. You all make these videos possible. Please visit the links in the description of this video to support my channel. And to see more videos about collecting and toy history, check out these videos on the screen now. And as always, my friends, thank you, and I will see you next time.